what I'm going to do right now, I'll just come to my blend mode and change the blend modes to hard light. So once I change the blend mode to hard light, I'll just reduce the opacity. Hello everyone, welcome back to another amazing video. My name is Tunde Victor, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to color grade outdoor shoots using Photoshop and Camera Raw. So let's get started. So this image was shot by Amazing Klef, and I got this image from their studio. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate my layer. I click on Ctrl J, or let's say I've done my focus separation and everything, and I want to color grade this image. I'll just create a stamp visible layer by clicking on Ctrl Shift Alternate E, and after that I'll come to filter and I'll convert it to smart filter. So once I convert it to smart filter, I'll come to my filter again and I'll come to my Camera Raw filter. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'll come to my basic and I'll just make the image look a little bit warmer. So I'll just bring my temperature all the way up. I think 7 is okay, or 6. So I'll just leave it like this for my temperature, and I feel my exposure is okay. I like exposure like this. I'll just bring my highlights all the way down a little bit. I think 20 is okay, and I'll open up my shadow a little bit. And then for my white, I'll just leave my white and I'll take my blacks in a little bit to add contrast to this image. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, I have my saturation and I have my variable. So if I just take my saturation all the way up like this, you can see what's happening to the image. It's affecting both the background and the texture on the model skin, which I don't want. So I'll just leave it to 0. And for my vibrance, I'll just take my vibrance all the way up. As you can see, it's affecting the background, but it's not really affecting the skin of the model. So I'll take my vibrance up to about 20. I think 20 is okay. I like it like this. So next thing I'm going to do, I'll just come to my curves to add contrast to this image. So I'm just going to create an S curve. So I'll just make a dot on the shadows and make another dot on the highlights and create an S curve. So for the dot on my shadows, I'll just click on it and take it all the way down like this. And for the one on my highlight, I'll just click on it and take it all the way up like this to create an S curve. So I think I like it like this. So we also have our red, green and blue right here, which I'm mostly going to use to color grade this image. So for my red, as you can see from this graph right here, if I take it all the way up, I'm adding reds to the image, and if I take it all the way down, I'm adding cyans or blues to this image like this. And also for the greens, if I take it all the way down, I'm adding magenta. As you can see, if I take it all the way up, I'm adding greens to this image. For the blues, if I take it all the way down, I'm adding yellows to this image, and if I take it all the way up, I'm adding blues to this image. So I'll just come back to my reds. I'll just create an S curve for all of them. So I'll click on my reds. I'll just add a little bit of cyans to the shadow side like this, to the shadows. And for my highlights, I'll click on it and I'll take it all the way up to add a little bit of reds to the highlights like that. And I'll come to my greens. I'll still create an S curve for my greens to compensate for what I just did. So I'll just create an S curve again. I'll add a little bit of magentas to the shadows like this, and I'll add a little bit of greens to the highlights to compensate for the magentas which I added to the shadows like that. And also for the blues, I'll just add a little bit of yellows to the shadows like this, and I'll add a little bit of blues to the highlights like this to compensate for what I just did. So looking at this image right now, I feel it's not looking good. Like the greens on the highlight is too much. So I'll just come to my greens and take a little bit of greens out of the highlights like that, and take a little bit of magentas for the shadows, because I feel the magenta in the shadow is too much like this. Okay, so I feel it's okay like this. So let's see our before and after. These are before and these are after. So right now I feel the contrast of this image is too much, so I'll just come back to my contrast and just try to adjust the contrast like this. So I think I like it like this. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll come to my color mixer, and I have my hue, I have my saturation, I have my luminance. So hue is just the colors of the image, saturation is the intensity of the colors, while luminance is the brightness of the colors. So I'm just going to be working with my greens, because the background is full of green. I just want to make the greens in the background a little bit warmer and a little bit darker. So I'll come to my hue, and come to my greens and just move the hue of my greens to the yellow side like this to add a little bit of warmth to the background. And for my yellows, I'll just take it all the way down a little bit like this to add a little bit of oranges to the yellows. And for my oranges, which is the skin tone, I'll just take it all the way up a little bit to add a little bit of yellows to the oranges on my skin tone. While for the saturation, I just want to make the colors on the greens a little bit darker, so I'll come to my greens sliders right here and just take it all the way down, so you can see the greens in the image are getting a little bit darker, which I really like it like this. And for the yellows, I think I'll just add a little bit of saturations to the yellows, or I think I'll just make the yellows a little bit darker. And for the orange, I'll just remove a little bit of saturation from the orange, because I don't want the face to be too yellowish or too orange. So let's see the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. I think I like it like this. And for the luminance, which is the brightness, I'll just add a little bit of brightness to the oranges to make the face a little bit brighter. I think +3 is okay. And for the greens, I'll just remove brightness from the greens to make it look a little bit darker, which I like it like this. But I still feel the oranges or the face is too much, so I'll come back to my hue and just take my sliders up to this yellow side a little bit to add more yellows to the skin tone. And for the red, I'll just take it to the red side to add more reds to the skin tone to remove a little bit of oranges from the skin, which I think I like it like this. And also for this, my orange sliders, I'll just take the saturation a little bit down again. And for the reds, I'll take the saturation bit a little bit down. And for the yellows, I'll take the saturation a little bit down again. I think I like the skin tone like this. So these are before and these are after. So just play with your skin tone and see which skin tone works for you or which skin tone you like. And also for the blue in the image, I'm seeing some kind of blues in this the whole image. I'm just going to reduce the saturation of the blues on the image. I think I like it like this. And I think that I see a little bit of magenta, so I'm just going to add a little bit of magenta to the whole image, saturation of the magenta to the whole image. So I think I like it like this. That's all I'll be doing for our color mixer with our HSL. And there's still color right here. So if you want to work on the green separately, you can just click on green and change the hue or saturation of the greens. And so you can see the adjustment to make is also making here, because we changed the hue of the greens before. You can see the hue of the greens change here. Because you change saturation, you can see change here. So any changes we make in this HSL, it's also affecting the colors right here. So the next thing I'm going to do for this image, I'll just come to my color grading. So this color grading simply means if I want to add a particular colors to the highlight or a particular colors to the shadows, I can use this my color grading option right here. So for this image, for the shadows, I want to add a little bit of blues to the shadows. So I just bring my sliders to this cyan side like this. So I like it like this. And for my highlights, I want to add a little bit of warmness to the highlight. So I just move it to this yellow side like this to add a little bit of warmness to the highlight like this. And for this my blending option, I'm just going to blend it to I think 70 so that the transition is going to be smooth. And for this balance, if I want the blues to be much, I'll just take my balance down, and you can see blues is dominating the image. But if I want the warmness I put to dominate the image, I'll just take it all the way up, and you can see the warmness is dominating the image. So for the sake of this tutorial, I think I'm just going to warm it up a little bit. I think +8 is okay. I like it like this. So I'm just going to close my color grading tab. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll come back to my color mixer right here as well. I'll come back to my greens, and I think I'll just add a little bit of warmness to my greens like this to make the image look a little bit warmer. Okay, I like it like this. So next thing I'm going to do, I'll just click on my gradient filter and just drag it up from all the way from this side to the image. And then after that, I'll just increase the exposure to make it look as if sun rays coming from there. And also after that, I'll just increase the temperature to make it look a little bit warmer like that. So I'll just click on OK, and it's going to bring me back to Photoshop. So now that I'm back in Photoshop, let's see our before and after. So this is our before camera raw, and this is after camera raw. So you can see this image is looking warm, and I like it like this. So next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to use my gradient to introduce some colors to this image. So I'll just come to my layer, click on new empty layer. After that, click on my gradient tool, come up here, come to my basics, make sure my preset is set to foreground to transparent. So I just click on it and click on color to choose color which I want. So I'm just going to come to yellows and click on these yellows right here and click on OK. And right now I'm just going to click and drag from the top like this all the way to the down to add this yellow fill to the image. And what I'm going to do right now, I'll just come to my blend mode and change the blend modes to hard light. So once I change the blend mode to hard light, I'll just reduce the opacity like this, and I'll create another empty layer, and this time I'll change my gradients to I'll change the color right here to, I think, cyan. So I'll just change it to cyan. I click on OK and click on OK again, and I'll drag it all the way from the down to the top like this. And also I'll change the blend modes to hard light and just reduce the opacity a little bit like this. So after I reduce the opacity like this, I'll just group the both of them in a group. Click on control, make sure this first layer is selected, click on control and select the both layer, click on Ctrl G to group. So these are before and these are after. You can see obviously it's too much, so I'll just reduce the opacity like this, a little bit like this. Okay, yeah, this image is looking good like this. I like this image like this. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a little bit of contrast using my curve to this image as well. So I'll come to my adjustment layer, I'll click on curves and just create an S curve to add contrast. So I take the highlights all the way up a little bit and take these shadows down all the way down like this a little bit to add a little bit of contrast to this image. And if you feel it's too much, which I think is too much right now, I'm just going to reduce the opacity, come to the opacity and reduce it a little bit. I think 50 is okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'll come to my curves again and click on my curves adjustment layer and just add a little bit of that old vintage look to this image. So just put a dot here, put another dot here, and just click on this my bottom down shadow area right here and just drag it up a little bit to add that film feel to the image. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. So right now I'm just going to add greens to this image, because looking at the image I can see the image is looking a bit too smooth. So I'm just going to add greens to the image to make it come alive a little bit. So to do that, I'll come back to my layer right here. I'll double click on my capture one filter. Since this is a smart filter, I can just click on my camera raw and it's going to take me back to camera raw. Once I'm in my camera raw, I'll just come to effect and I'll just add greens to this image. I think 14 is okay. Then I'll add a little bit of vignette to this image like this. So I just turn to my vignette and just take it a little bit down to, I think, -15 is okay, and I'll click on OK. So let me zoom in. So you can see I've added that greens to this image, and I think this image is looking good like this. So let's see where we started from. So these are before and this is our after. These are before and these are after. But if you feel the image is still looking too warm, you can come to your adjustment layer again, click on photo filter and just click on cooling filter. So this filter is going to make the image look cool. And if you, right now if you think it's too cool, you can just come here and just reduce the opacity until you feel you like the way the image is looking, until you feel you've balanced the image. So this is how you can color grade your adult shoots using Photoshop and Camera Raw. So if you learned anything from this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see this video and learn from this video as well. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay creative.